What if the ultimate remedy for your exhausted soul lies hidden within the most unforgiving and majestic icy frontiers on our planet? Today, we invite you to embark on an epic visual road trip across 10 colossal frozen masterpieces where endless ancient glaciers stretch for millions of square miles. These are sacred realms of absolute silence, where the staggering and terrifying scale of nature will instantly overwhelm all of your senses and leave you completely speechless. As global broadcasts this week continuously warn of unprecedented summer heat domes suffocating our modern cities, this journey offers a deeply tranquil sanctuary. Please leave the sweltering reality far behind and let your mind drift through these profoundly peaceful ice worlds to find your ultimate liberation. Hidden deep within the massive rift valley of the vast Siberian region lies the greatest freshwater body in the world, plunging to an astonishing depth of 5,387 feet. Try to imagine that you could submerge all the most magnificent skyscrapers of the United States into the bottom of this lake, and you still would not touch its ultimate limit. During the freezing months, its surface area of 12,248 square miles is locked tight beneath a massive sheet of ice as clear as a crystal prism. An aerial camera angle will take you soaring over cracked ice ridges, rising dozens of feet high, like sharp swords piercing the silent sky. The journey gliding across this endless expanse of ice brings a feeling of ultimate freedom that makes your mind completely lost in an unprecedented epic world. This treacherous mountain pass stretches across the majestic Caucasus Mountains, creating a colossal, natural boundary that isolates the desolate sky from the grey, rocky valleys. Perched precariously at an altitude of thousands of feet above sea level. The air here always remains piercingly cold, even when the world below is drowning in a fiery furnace. Steering a vehicle across the fragile strip of asphalt suspended on the edge of this deep abyss is a breathtaking journey that challenges the courage of any traveler. The thin and piercingly cold air wraps around sharp cliffs, rising into absolute silence, completely devoid of a single footprint of human life. brutally majestic scale of a road trip suspended in midair is the perfect cooling remedy, allowing your soul to drift alongside the frozen clouds. This pristine archipelago, located on the edge of the Arctic Circle, is the perfect embodiment of a world left behind, offering an overwhelming sense of absolute isolation. Massive glaciers and endless expanses of white snow stretch out to cover the entire 23,561 square miles of this sacred land. The experience of soaring over this colossal space feels like an expedition to find the very end of the Earth, where time seems to be permanently frozen. The only sound breaking the silence is the crack of massive ice blocks, weighing millions of pounds, crashing down into the dark waters, bringing the tremors of nature. Standing before the endless immensity of this distant, extreme north, you will find a quiet escape, separating yourself completely from the sweltering era surrounding the modern world. Have you ever felt a profound sense of isolation and peace in a snowy landscape during your past travels? Please let me know in the comments if this frozen wilderness brings back any cherished memories for you. The Great American Wilderness opens up to reveal a colossal natural masterpiece featuring a towering peak that proudly pierces the thick clouds at 20,310 feet. Temperatures in this sacred realm consistently remain at harsh, freezing levels to perfectly preserve ancient glaciers that have silently shifted through thousands of unseen centuries. The absolute silence of the pine forests buried beneath thick layers of snow brings a feeling of majestic solitude along this mountain exploration journey. Every biting gust of wind carries tiny snowflakes, swirling blindly through the air, creating a white curtain that obscures all traces of rushed modern civilization. The colossal scale of this space provides an overwhelming experience, making us realize our own breathtaking smallness in the face of the ultimate limits of nature. The next destination is a sacred land in the southernmost extreme of the Americas, possessing a mighty glacier stretching toward a freezing lake of crystal clear blue water. A massive wall of ice, standing 240 feet tall, rises like a natural fortress holding ancient secrets from an ice age that has faded into oblivion. The continuous movement of this frozen river creates a terrifying pressure, causing chunks of ice weighing thousands of pounds to shatter and plunge into the still waters. Thunderous sounds echoing from the deep crevices beneath the glacier bring a dramatic and powerful atmosphere that makes everything around hold its breath in submission. The intense visual draw from the cold blue hues of this colossal ice formation is the absolute best purification for a mind yearning to return to cool origins. I would be delighted to know if you have ever witnessed the majestic power of a carving glacier in person. Feel free to share your unique stories below as we continue our epic journey through these frozen giants. Majestic mountain ranges surround crystal-clear emerald lakes that were essentially distilled from the slow melting of massive ancient glaciers hidden on the high peaks. Driving through this valley, spanning 2,564 square miles, feels just like sliding on a long conveyor belt, leading straight into an eternal dream. The calm lake surface acts as a giant mirror, perfectly reflecting the symmetrical image of marbled mountains heavily coated in pristine, unblemished white snow. Ancient grey pine trees, standing silently in the frost, create a sorrowful beauty yet distinctly poetic essence of a forgotten fairyland amidst the bustling mortal world. Wandering through this vast and empty space, you will feel the cold air weaving through every breath to wash away all the surrounding troubles of current reality. This magnificent mountainous region stands out with vertical cliffs rising sharply to tear through the grey sky and divide valleys that are sinking deep into the freezing winter. Thick fog continuously swirls around and blankets mountain peaks higher than 10,000 feet, creating a misty curtain that hides the secrets of an untamed land. The journey, traversing winding mountain passes, clinging closely to cold grey limestone slopes, provides an overwhelming visual experience and extreme exhilaration for the traveler. The freezing air at this altitude numbs all your senses, making time pass much slower, so you can fully enjoy the solitary tranquility of this distant mountain realm. Surrounded by this cold and magnificent resonance, the human mind feels cleansed from all worldly noises, allowing it to harmonize with the deep breath of the mighty mountains. At a time when the Northern Hemisphere is struggling against the scorching heat of summer, this Southern Hemisphere land proudly sinks deep into an exquisitely beautiful white winter. This region possesses the highest mountain in the area, reaching up to 12,218 feet, with treacherous slopes permanently sealed under thick freezing ice. The grey sky and howling snowstorms wrapping around the jagged mountain peaks construct a perfect backdrop representing the harsh immensity of the natural world. A slow aerial camera angle gliding through the sky will showcase the entire colossal scale of an endless, boundless space, bringing a heartbreakingly profound sense of peace. The biting cold, penetrating deep into every sense, will lead you into a completely ethereal world to experience the supreme authority of nature in this southern land. The final destination, and also the absolute pinnacle of cold, is the desolate continent at the end of the Earth, holding the largest permanent ice mass on our entire planet. The scenery here possesses no boundary between the sky and the ground because everything is covered by a blinding white snow stretching across 5,400,000 square miles. If you combine the entire landmass of both the United States and Mexico together, it would only just match the sheer scale of this frozen realm that seemingly does not belong to the human world. Giant icebergs floating imposingly across the dark, silent ocean look just like crystal castles wandering aimlessly through a space that has been entirely forgotten. Standing amidst the desolate snowstorm, where there is only bone-chilling cold, you will be completely conquered by the final boundary of life, to find absolute tranquility